Thanks to Wix.com for sponsoring this video. Details at the end of the video. The first sign of life on Earth was a cacophony of widespread, uncontrolled nuclear fission and fusion across the planet's surface. To the Galactic Council, this indicated a civilization that was technologically advanced but emotionally and sociologically volatile, a reckless, precocious child race. An exploratory vessel, designated the Emissary, was dispatched with a simple mission: observe, analyze, and if possible, establish diplomatic contact. The Emissary's arrival was the most disruptive event in human history. It was met with an almost unbearable duality: mass hysteria, paralyzing fear, and yet ecstatic celebration and profound, desperate hope. Using its onboard neural interpreter, which instantaneously deciphered and spoke every known human dialect, the Emissary was bombarded with questions, ranging from the mundane to the cosmic. Yet, it was the religious inquiries that most profoundly stalled its analysis. Leaders of faith, from the ancient seats of influence to the newly formed zealous sects, did not ask about space travel or dark matter. They wondered about faith. The Emissary confessed that its people held no faith in a higher being or formal religion. However, it noted the ubiquitous nature of belief on Earth, a persistent phenomenon interwoven with the social fabric of every culture. It declared that before discussing treaties or technology, it would first study this foundational aspect of humanity. Thus began a profound global inquiry. The Emissary spent its time meeting with living prophets, studying the dense history of influential world religions, and even translating and synthesizing the fragments of ancient faiths that had faded into archaeology. As the mission stretched from weeks into months, a strange impatience settled over the human population. Whispers turned to accusations. It shows interest, they said, but it has yet to choose a side. The Emissary was perplexed. The very idea of choosing a side seemed to contradict the scientific objectivity required for its study. But seeing the immense weight humans placed on this decision, it promised a verdict. After its exhaustive study was complete, the Emissary addressed the assembled human representatives one last time. I have witnessed the vast tapestry of faith that stretches across this world. There are thousands of beliefs, and tragically, every one of them exists in direct contradiction to the next. All share a fundamental faith in a higher entity, a universal beacon, but their prescribed paths to reach that light are mutually exclusive. You, the inhabitants of Earth, have offered no substantial, verifiable scientific evidence to prove the existence of this higher power. Yet the fervent universal dedication to that power cannot be rationally dismissed. The dilemma is this: to choose one of your structured religions would be to assert with profound certainty that all others are wrong. Given the sheer number of contradictory claims, the probability of selecting the single rightful path is mathematically minute. To bargain one's mortal essence on such a low probability is logically unsound. Therefore, I will choose none of your organized structures. Instead, I will embrace the single shared core of your beliefs, an unburdened faith in a benevolent higher being/beings. When I meet them, I will ask for their forgiveness for my skepticism of your institutions. And suppose this entity or entities are as just and compassionate as your sacred texts describe. In that case, they will surely grant that forgiveness, understanding the difficult, low-probability equation you required me to solve. The silence that followed was not one of reflection, but of offense. The Emissary had delivered a message of universal truth, but humanity was craving validation for its singular truth. In that moment of absolute logical rejection, the gathered assembly, in a final act of collective passion, asked it to leave and never come back. What do you think? Please share it in the comment section below. Subscribe for more. Yours, the Counselor, SFTG. Tired of endless coding and complicated designs? Want to bring your dream business, portfolio, or passion project online? I know I was. That's when I found Wix.com. With Wix's intuitive drag-and-drop editor, I created a stunning professional website all on my own. I chose from hundreds of beautiful templates, customized everything to my liking, and even added an online store. And the best part? It was so easy. My website is live, and my business is booming. And it's all thanks to Wix. Go to Wix.com and create your own website today. By using Wix, you are helping my channel grow. Use the link below to start.